Hello, my name is Waylon Lewis, and every week we'll bring you a new podcast with Elephant Journal.
Hey friends, this is Waylon. I am going to talk about moving today. I've been wondering, why is moving so hard? Why is it so exhausting? Because I feel like from minute to minute, I'm having a generally good time. I have a fair amount of folks helping, both paid and friends. And yet, at the end of every day, I feel like catatonically tired. Tired to a point where I can't barely go on living. So, I asked some friends some advice, like, what can I read about that tells you something about why moving should be so exhausting? It's a letting go process. I guess you could say it's a spiritual thing. But I think for me, it's an exhaustion similar to like when you're in a museum, like in Paris or Boston or wherever, and you're looking at 1,000 little photos, or paintings rather, or whatever it is, an exhibition. And by the end of a couple hours on your feet, your brain is exhausted because it's focusing in and coming out, focusing in and coming out. So I ask people advice. Why is it so tiring? Is it some sort of grief process? I don't feel like I'm grieving. Obviously, it's emotional in the sense that you're leaving your home, periods of your life, chapters of your life, and you're never going to go backward. Unless time travel exists, which I think we'd know about because people would be using it. Anyway, I'm getting to the point. All right, so here's a little organized list from some friends of why it's so tiring, because it is both physical and emotional work. So I can say at the end of every day, my feet are tired. Like, when are your feet tired? My legs are tired. All my muscles are tired. So obviously I'm doing a lot of physical stuff, but it's also emotional somehow, touching all the objects that represent various points. This is from my dear friend Maggie, Dharma Brat, that represent various points in our past. Brings up so many memories, and also sense memories, which can bring up grief too. Then the exhaustion of constant decision-making. For me, that's really exhausting. Micro decisions all day long. What is that red string? What is that pin? What is that thing? Do I take it down now? Do I stay focused? Is big work. And then letting things go, selling things, donating. I did a couple little videos yesterday on how this process should be eco, like donate everything you can. Recycle everything you can't donate or keep, obviously. And then trash only a little bit. So I haven't gone through that much trash. I'm pretty proud of that. No wonder I am tired. Yeah. And I reply exactly all that. I'm going through boxes of old papers, photos, tickets, magazines I printed, etc. Not feeling grief particularly, but another friend touched on that. You have memories and life. This is from Dear Rachel. Stored in all of your stuff, especially if you acquired it with care, love, and attention. So I'm really into craft. I'm into eco. I pick things very deliberately. And yes, they accumulate, which I am really feeling right now. But there's a lot of love in terms of what was put into those objects and then into my connecting with them. That can include plants, that can include art, that could include rugs, every little thing. And as you sift through, even if you're not doing lots of processing, you're still feeling those memories. I think that's part of it, is I'm not going through that much, but I am. So I think Rachel hit on it. Even if you're not actively going through the processing, you're still feeling everything. And the fact that you're not really processing everything makes it even more tiring. Number 2, moving is a form of death. We are different people in different places, and we know that the self we're packing up is not the same self we'll be unpacking in the next place. It is a grieving process that doesn't look like one, and grieving is exhausting. It is a grieving process that doesn't look like one. I think that's really well put, because yeah, I have moments where I'm sad, or obviously a lot of moments where I'm emotional, especially in my relationship that has to be solid and loving, or I just feel completely groundless, which is okay. But grieving process that doesn't look like one. and grieving is exhausting. 3, and I've been in this home for 18 and a half years, right? The physical process involves lots of small amounts of movement that do add up. That's number 3. Finally, right now, things generally are wild. Everyone I know is exhausted. The political landscape, the economy, the shift from winter to spring would all be exhausting on its own, but altogether, it's a real treat. So I don't know if that was helpful, but for me, it's helpful to be curious when things are so kind of unrelentingly hard and kind of defeating, overwhelming. Why is this so hard? Because, there's people going through a lot harder stuff in the world. So I really wanted to understand a little bit. So thank you to Maggie, thank you to Rachel, and thank you to all of you. Hopefully this will find some people are moving, and you can, I guess, my only advice going through it right now is to get sleep, which I'm not always doing, and try to, get to a cafe or see some friends and be able to process once a day, which I'm definitely not doing. Big love.